Hello, welcome back to Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I'm James Pendleton. I'm here to talk about today's news, which is that Tom Davies will be leaving the club. It's strange on this because I just felt this would be a foregone conclusion. I thought he'd leave kind of out the back door. You know, sad ending obviously because he's a local lad, Scouser Academy graduate, all those sorts of things. But I just felt for the last 2 years, it just felt like he was going to be leaving when this contract ended. He needed to do something in that time and he hasn't. And any other club up and down the land, your sort of fifth choice centre mid who's injured at the minute, who hasn't done anything really since like February, March 2021 time, him not being offered a new deal, him not signing it on for another year, or probably best way to put it is not being offered a new deal, wouldn't be a shock. But obviously he was offered the contract and that made it news because I think everyone thought, oh well, he'll accept that. But Tom Davies, fair play to him, stuck up for himself. I think he probably thinks he can get a bit more money somewhere else. He's been offered massively reduced terms, it seems like, and he wants to play, and I think that's totally fair enough, and that's why I want for Tom Davies. I didn't want him to accept this contract. I didn't want Everton to offer it to him either, because I want Everton to have a higher ceiling than players like Tom Davies, because it's pretty clear he isn't good enough, which is unfortunate, but it happens. You know, he's stagnated massively. I think different managers have had poor plans for him. I think he should have gone out on loan at some point. I think he needed a loan. He didn't get it, and here we are, a player who, you know, at one point was probably a 30-40 million pound footballer, is now, look like you're going to someone like Monza. That he's been linked with Monza, obviously in Serie A. They had a good year last year, and they seemingly want to take him, which is really interesting. I never felt Tom Davies was a bad player. I just felt like he was a poor fit, the kind of player he's become. And whenever he's played for Everton this season, he's cut a really forlorn figure. He's just looked frustrated. He's not looked up to it. Not saying that's his fault, but I just think he's been messed around so much by Everton. He hasn't developed it the way we needed him to. Any sane club would have shipped him off 2 years ago for £5-10 million. Just cut ties with it, but we didn't. He ended up getting injured a couple of times. His value's plummeted to the point where it is for effectively zero, and now he's gone for nothing. So it's a strange situation, but I think I'll talk first about why this worries me a little bit, because Everton, as I say, he's a fifth choice centre mid. You'd say the sixth choice, unless I'm forgetting someone obvious, is probably Lewis Warrington. I'm just making sure I've not forgotten anyone. Obviously I'm not counting Gomez or Gabaman or Deli. I'm just thinking Onana, Garner, James Garner and Decore as the four, then probably Davies. I'm definitely not forgetting anyone. I don't think I am. It's been that long since I watched Everton play football, honestly. I don't think I am, but Warrington then as well, I'd probably say is sixth choice, and I think that's fine. If Warrington comes in at fifth choice, is that too bad? I don't know. If Warrington's ready to make a bit of an impact, then maybe that's not the worst thing in the world. I just didn't quite get why we were offering Tom Davies a new deal, and then I started to worry and think it's because the money situation is that bad. We can't sign anyone to replace him, so we've offered him a third, a quarter of what he was already on, or a quarter or a third, should I say, of what he was already on, and see if we can basically keep a cheap player on the books in case two midfielders got injured. AFCON's coming up, of course. Looks like Iwobi, that might be who I was thinking of, Iwobi, Garner and possibly Decore are all going to be going. Depending on who you follow on Twitter, Amadou Onana, the Belgian international, will also be going, but we don't need to talk about that. But yeah, I just didn't quite get it, and I say I'm really pleased he hasn't signed it, because one, I can't be bothered with another year of this with Tom Davies, because I say his ship's gone. His ship, probably not the best topical analysis there, but the time for Tom Davies is gone. You know, he's not been a regular Everton first team member for a few years now. His best period was when he first came to the club, and then it was when he played as a number 6 under Ancelotti, and for some reason we never did that again. I think the managers before and after Ancelotti, including him, have got something to answer for on Davies. Dave's got a bit to answer for himself. The recruitment got stuff to answer for. They blocked his pathway 2 or 3 times. How did no one send him out on loan? I just don't get that. Maybe his character and him as a person isn't, you know, they didn't think a loan would benefit him. That's fair enough. But if not, then why the hell did this young kid who he lost all confidence but still had ability, I'm just thinking he went out on loan, just bossed it for 6 months, a year at a club in the Championship. Why on earth would that not be a good idea for us? Put him in the shop window. There's so many benefits to that. And I used to call him quick quids because he was desperate for a loan. I just never got why we didn't do that. As I say, there could be things going on behind the scenes. Maybe he was offered it, maybe he didn't want to, I don't know, but I find that really hard to believe. He seems like a really outgoing person, does his own thing. I'd be very surprised if he was scared to go on loan or maybe didn't fancy it. But look, he's gone now. He's not stayed around and been paid a salary from us to probably do nothing again, which is fair enough. Hopefully goes somewhere, gets signed up and does well. But I think what it does worry me for is that, we're in this situation that we are having to offer out these contracts to players. I'd be interested if the club came out and discussed why they did that. Obviously, they don't think they will. Maybe that wouldn't be the best move for any club, let alone ours. But yeah, makes you think: are we going to replace him? Is Warrington going to come in? Who knows? We shall see. But yeah, I think 99% of Everton fans wish Tom Davies luck, because at the end of the day, okay, he's not been the best player, but I've never felt he's not tried. He's just lacked quality, and at the end of the day, that happens. Any sane club, as I say, ship him off. We didn't. That's not his fault. He's been brought on. He's had some poor games, had some good games. That's life. That's life when you have an inconsistent football like Tom Davies proved to be. But yeah, I think for me, he's gone now. Move on from it and just learn with the next player who comes through and comes out like a bat out of hell, plays well. Learn to manage him a bit better. I think we manage Anthony Gordon much better than we manage Tom Davies, for example. If the next kid out of the academy is Tom Cannon, if it's Ellis Sims, if you can count him, if it's Lewis Warrington, whoever it might be, Lewis Dobbin maybe, you've got to manage him better than we manage Tom Davies. I think Everton got to take a big brunt of the responsibility for why this happened. Tom Davies a little bit as well. But yeah, I say I wish him all the best, and I'm sure most people listening to this probably would as well, to be fair. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. But yes, thank you all very much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and let me know down below what you think about Tom Davies and the situation. And we'll speak to you next time. Thank you.